Nothing, man.
Hey, good to see you.
Yeah, you as well.
We've been trying to get out here a while to do your garden tour.
Weather's been crazy.
We've got a beautiful day today.
Oh, beautiful.
So we've both been talking and we've decided that we're gonna plant tomorrow. Today, it's like 65 degrees and it is beautiful. It's about 3:45 right now and we've got great sunshine and blue skies. Tomorrow, a little bit warmer, 10 degrees warmer, about mid-70s.
Yeah.
Tomorrow being Sunday, and then Monday, mid-80s.
It's gonna be beautiful.
So our soil temperature is gonna be just right. And then following Monday, we've got a couple of days of rain. So it's gonna be good. We're gonna get our...
It's gonna be ideal.
Yeah,
it really will.
Gonna get our plants in the ground, and we're gonna be off to the races.
God willing.
So let's go ahead and show us your garden. What do you got here? I've done the tour of my garden where I showed them how I've got it laid out. My backyard garden, you've got something different. So tell us what you got.
Well, my wife and I bought this property almost 3 years ago, and this is all wooded and overgrown. But I knew this is where I wanted the garden because this gets most of the sunlight during the summer days. And being at the bottom of the hill next to the creek, the old farmhouse sits right behind us over there. And I knew that this had to have been some fertile soil down here because they had to have had chickens, cows, goats, who knows. But as soon as I dug my first hole after we cleared this spot out, just rich, black, beautiful soil.
Yeah.
So the first year we planted just a couple rows of tomatoes and some peppers, and they took off. They were, I mean, by July they were 7 foot tall. I mean, they were huge and producing great. So then the following year is when we expanded. We did more beans, we did some other stuff. But then over the winter is when we decided to expand to this size.
Yeah.
And we're looking at like 50 by 50.
That's when you put the fence and everything in?
Yeah, because we're in the country, so there's going to be rabbits and squirrels and raccoons getting in here. So that's when we plotted this spot out. We mapped it out for the fence. We mapped it out for the pathway. We also wanted to have more of a center for butterflies. So we have the columbine, the golden beautifuls, the butterfly bushes, and of course lemon thyme. So we kind of wanted to integrate to bring our bees in and the butterflies in to help pollinate everything as well.
What's your sun orientation here in this part?
So this is west and this is going to be east. So usually today at about 10:30 is when the sun really hit this hard. And of course during the summer that's going to be a little earlier. Then right now it's about 4:35, and the sun's getting ready to go over the trees. But during the summer months, it will get longer. So we're looking at about 8-9 hours of full sun.
Perfect.
Yeah, they're right in this spot. And that's why, you know, of course the south is this way. So our bigger plants will be further to the north to not block as much sun for our smaller plants.
Okay. What do you plan on putting in this year?
Well, our onions are doing great. We've got about 60 red onions and about 80 white. Yeah, and I wanted them over there because they're going to be a little earlier of a harvest, but they plant earlier too because of course like garlic, they're bulbs and you can put them through the frost. So they've already popped up. They're a good 4 inches above the ground and great production. I mean, we've gotten at least 90% coming up out of the ground from sets. We didn't do seeds, we did sets. And then our garlic, of course, on the uncovering video, we showed that, but as you can see, it's already, look, some of those have got to be 10-12 inches high already.
Soft neck, right?
Soft necks down here, the hard necks are up at the top of the house. And if we got more soft necks this year than we did hard necks, because hard necks, I just used what we planted last year and recycled. But this year, you know, you and I split the soft necks and we had more to plant. So I brought them down here into the main garden for that and covered them through some of those hard frosts we had in the last couple months. But they are looking great. I'm really, really happy with those. And then the strawberries over there, of course, they came back. And you can see the last year's, and then we made another couple beds for the new harvest this year.
What do you have between here, the onions and the garlic?
So that's all my wife. That's going to be beets and a bunch of different.
You have your wife in there?
Yeah, she's in there. She's buried. Don't tell anybody. No, she's got the beets going in. She's got her lettuces, which are romaines and spinach. But they're already coming up as well. And that's her little portion that she wanted to do this year. We also on the deck have a bunch of spinach and romaine coming up as well. You know, of course they're in pots, so we could just plant them whenever and then they pop up and we can just put them outside, bring them in during the frost.
So remember last year, this was all your tomatoes you grew. Is that still your same plan?
Well, I'm thinking our tomatoes did better on this side. And I think on your side, we're gonna do more of our tomatoes. But this year we're gonna do some other stuff like Brussels sprouts and cauliflower and cabbage.
Brussels sprouts get tall also.
And you know, that's gonna be on the north side, which I'm also thinking about putting them over there by the onions, between the onions and lettuce as well. That I really haven't completely thought about and planned out, but for sure the tomatoes will be on this side. But we have plenty of space over here as well for other stuff. I'm just kind of wondering exactly what I want to do. But the peas behind us over here, I mean, we planted those and they're popping up. We have the sugar snaps and the Alaskan. The Alaskan we'll have to husk, and then the sugar snaps, of course, we pick prematurely so we can eat the husk and all.
Right.
And they're great for freezing and stir fry and such. So we'll have that as well. In the center, I'm thinking also, last year we did carrots and radish. So probably this year we might switch them and do carrots and radish in the middle as well, because that's a pretty deep soil there. And when I plant, I'll go ahead and till that again, a little deeper than I already have for rooting.
Awesome. And I see you have the berm here with your cages for the climbers on this side. What do you put on the back side over here?
Last year we experimented with broccoli over there, and I'm not quite sure the broccoli was broccoli that we bought because it just didn't look like it. But the zucchinis over on this side of the berm did fantastic. So what I'm planning on doing is kind of switching zucchinis to the other side, and then you're probably doing another like squash or two on this side, and having them run into the path, into the gravel, and having it over there.
Do you have any other beds on the property that you're going to be planting?
So, well, 2 weeks ago, you and I, we filled up the beds up by the garage. They're 10 by 4s, and they're raised. This is a traditional row in-ground garden. Up there, we did raised, and we put them up there because we get about 10 to 12 hours a day in sunlight during the summer up there. Yeah, totally. So that's why I wanted to put those there. I'm also planning on putting up some flowery plants like elephant ears and cannas there as well, more tropical plants, because they'll get the more sun up there as well.
And then I know the garlic bed that's on the back side of the yard there. That's awesome. I'm excited to get planted tomorrow. I've got all of my transplants on the back deck right now, getting some sun,
Acclimated to the temps.
Yeah, I watered them really good. So then hopefully throughout tonight they'll dry out a little bit, so then they'll come out of the containers better, and then they're going to go in the ground.
And that's one thing I really did not know starting was you do not water about 3 or 4 days before you plant.
They're hard to mushy.
Yeah, so they come out in a solid block and you can transplant them a lot easier. It's not going to hurt the plant at all.
Yeah, it's going to be a busy day tomorrow. So.
Yeah. Yep.
That's awesome. Thanks for having us out.
Thanks for coming out, guys.
Letting us take a look. I hope that we both have a great prosperous year and growing. Last year we had cucumbers and zucchini.
Oh my gosh.
Coming out our ears, we were good.
Zucchini for sure for me. I had so much zucchini.
Yeah. We'll have to come back later and do an update. I'm going to do an update on my gardens. I might even do some shooting tomorrow of planting, because of the different ways to plant things. Different ways to plant tomatoes, different ways to plant peppers. I might get some footage on that.
That'd be great.
Share with our viewers.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I'd love you guys to come back out and kind of see how everything's progressing here as well.
Yeah, or not progressing.
Yeah, oh, good Lord.
Sometimes I have things I think are going to do great, and they don't.
Like broccoli.
I don't know what you bought last year.
It did not look like broccoli. I don't know. They came in a broccoli package.
They said it was broccoli, but it came up in long, sprouty.
Like a weed. And it had like,
no broccoli.
Every 4 inches had a little leaf.
Yeah.
And nothing blossomed, nothing
very
came out. I don't know.
Good luck this year.
Thank you. We'll see what happens.